SVG-TV News headlines sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
In the headlines, Girls High School captures Lion Club 2019 National Secondary Schools Public Speaking Competition. Caribbean Community Education Ministers meeting in Guyana to seek consensus on how to deal with the barriers affecting quality educational delivery in member states. Russian military forces move into Syria to fill void left by the US in northern Syria. And in sports, Windies Test star Jason Holder hoping to make an impression in the shortest format of the game. These and other stories coming up in SVG-TV's Evening News and Sports.
That was the news headline sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Good evening and welcome to SVG-TV News and Sports for Thursday, October 24th, 2019. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. Scotiabank SVG has agreed today to pay the staff who are no longer with the bank monies owed to them. This is according to General Secretary of the Commercial and Technical Allied Workers Union, Joseph Burns Bonady, who said that they had reached a stalemate with negotiations for outstanding overtime payments owed to current and former staff for the last 6 years.
Those who had been terminated, those who had resigned, and those who had left the bank as a result of their jobs disappearing. Okay? So we have now come to an agreement that the former employees whose employment was terminated during the effective period due to redundancy of their roles when they were employed in the bank, and former employees who resigned from the service with the bank during that effective period, and even representatives of persons who might have died, their estate can now, that's the former employee's estate, they would be entitled to receive that money, and that payment will be made to the former employees, and as I said before, the bank is paying it in their words as an ex gratia payment.
Bonady said the agreement was based on what the staff signed on to with the bank, and that some of the staff wrote the bank unknowingly to the union, and he is pleased that the bank decided against getting their lawyers involved in the matter.
That the employees must understand that the payments will be made subject to those employees, former employees, signing for the bank what is called the release and indemnity document in full and final settlement of the current issues that I had put on the table with the bank. So I'm happy to report that everybody is going to be paid.
Okay.
And of course, I had indicated to you before that some employees had circumvented the union's negotiations, and the employer sent the matter to the legal department. But I insisted that I knew nothing about that. I was on the track to get him the money for all the people who were there. So even though they left the bank and they're not in the bargaining unit anymore, they should be paid. So I'm happy to report now that they will be paid.
Scotiabank is expected to make an exit from SVG at the end of this month, making way for Republican Bank Holdings Limited, which will take over operations in 9 Caribbean territories where Scotiabank operates. The girls' high school, represented by Rashana James, last evening captured the 2019 Lions Club South National Secondary Schools Public Speaking Competition. She emerged winner out of 6 finalists. The topic for the competition was, should individuals who claim to be LGBTQ be afforded all human rights prescribed under international law? In James' prepared speech, she supported the position that they should be afforded human rights.
Based on my research, I have come to the resolve that yes, LGBTQ individuals should be afforded all human rights under international law. Not only on the sole basis that they are human, but more so that it will create a more transparent society. It will better reflect the Christianity of our nation, and most importantly, it reinforces the global stronghold of peace and multilateral harmony. A society in which everyone is afforded all and equal human rights allows for more transparency and greater honesty. Our current anti-LGBTQ laws and societal attitudes act as a deterrent for LGBTQ individuals to be honest about their sexual preferences and orientations, sometimes forcing them into heterosexual relationships and marriages to curb suspicion and appease those close to them.
The second place was the Mountain View Academy and third the St. Vincent Grammar School. They both disagreed that LGBTQ individuals should be afforded all human rights under international law.
The challenge with affording members of the LGBTQ community all human rights prescribed under international law is that there are supporters of this community who feel that members should be allowed to exercise all these variations in sexual orientations with impunity and without objections, restrictions, or limitations. I have difficulty with such a position, Chairperson. Can we afford this? What happens in a society where everyone does what is pleasing in his or her own eyes? Total anarchy, of course. I firmly believe that we all have a sacred responsibility to preserve the moral and ethical fabrics of our society. Chairperson, how would you like to know that your innocent 16-year-old daughter at a camp meeting one night, along with other young ladies, innocently modeling their pretty underwears in the female changing room, and one of the boys, for that matter, one of the male camp directors, decides that he's a female, puts on a dress, and goes in and check up on them? I don't know about you, but I know how my dad would feel. I believe that he would go crazy, and I mean real crazy.
Since when did disagreeing with people's behavior and not approving of their lifestyle become infringing on their human rights? Permit me to address what is happening to the churches in the United States of America. LGBTQ activists will soon demand that the churches strip the charitable status from any church or any institution that does not agree with their ideology of sexuality. Because the LGBTQ community was granted the rights to marriage in the United States of America, they are now seeking to dismantle it, rewrite it, and destroy it. The goal of the LGBTQ community is not just to be afforded human rights, but to reconstruct cultural norms and moral values.
President of the Lions Club South, SVG, Noel Dixon, said that the competition affords students the opportunity to develop their public speaking skills.
Those persons who are looking forward to this competition, and as a club, we take pride in this competition. And you may ask yourself why. We see it as an opportunity to facilitate some level of career development in our young people. You know, it speaks to the critical thinking on their part, foster creativity. It fosters some level of leadership, poise, professionalism, and those type of qualities that are fitting for the job market. So we contribute towards that in this way.
The internet is a tool which could be used to advance every sector in the country, including the education sector. And with this in mind, the National Telecommunications Regulatory Commission, the NTRC, has signed a contract with service provider Flow, which is expected to improve internet service at schools nationwide. The contract is worth $2.5 million. Speaking at a signing ceremony yesterday, head of the NTRC, Apollo Knights, said students can expect higher internet speed of up to 11 megabits a second for both downloads and uploads. Fiber connection is currently one of the fastest ways to connect to the internet, and Knights highlighted the schools which will be equipped with fiber connection.
The bid is to supply a fiber connection to 21 sites. Right, so 21 sites now will have fiber connections, and those speeds will be 100 megs down, but also 100 megs up. So a lot more upload speed with those. Right, and I'll touch a little bit on those 21 sites. 15 of those will be schools. Right, one will be the public library in Kingston and the documentation center. And 4 of them will be, we have open Wi-Fi spots around Kingston, Heritage Square at the Port Authority. So those will be good to 100 megs both ways. Of the 15 schools with the fiber connections, 9 will be secondary ones, 3 will be primary, and then the 3 campuses of the Simmons and Greenwich Community College. So the Glen one, which already had fiber, that will continue with fiber. You'll also have the School of Nursing and the Technical and Vocational Division at Annisville.
Many schools have a high student population and consume a high amount of data, which can slow down the internet connection speed. Knight said it is their hope that the upgrade work can be completed by year end.
Hours, which is from yesterday, 1.07 terabytes of data was used. And the highest site, which I guess is expected, one of the largest student population, is the Division of Arts and Sciences, the Glen campus of SVG Community College. For the last month, they used 1.16 terabytes of data, which is 1,100 gigabytes. Right? And the lowest usage is at a primary school. Normally, I say primary students have less devices. So the Mary Hutchinson Primary School in Union, they had the lowest for all the sites of 750 megabytes, right, for the whole month. Right, so that gives you a good idea of what's being consumed on the whole project. I hope when we sign the contract today that we can get some of these speeds in place, especially in the secondary schools, before the end of the year.
Acting Country Manager Flo Andrea Liverpool said Flo recognizes the important role the internet can play in education, and they are happy to be partnering with the NTRC on the Internet Connection Upgrade project.
Continue to honor our commitment to increase broadband penetration in St. Vincent and the Grenadines with our low-income internet offer, ensuring no one in SVG is left without internet connectivity. It is this continued investment in our network which allows us to now meet the needs of the NTRC Schools project. At FLO, we will continue to support government strategic initiatives, and that means we'll continue to bid for other USF projects to assist the government in the delivery of those objectives, since their strategies and objectives are in alignment with ours. I must say a special thank you to the FLO team for their hard work in the delivery of the winning of this bid and the implementation following today's signing. To the NTRC, thank you for the opportunity to bid and to be a partner in nation building. Thank you.
In other news, non-communicable diseases such as diabetes and hypertension affect the young and old alike, and students got the opportunity today to learn more about these conditions and healthy food choices at a fair hosted at the Division of Technical Vocational Education of the SVG Community College. The health fair was hosted by the Retired Nurses Association with funding from the Mustique Charitable Trust and provides health information to the students, sugar and blood pressure checks, an exposition of healthy foods and drinks, as well as an exercise session with founder of the Be Fit movement, Lyndon James. Speaking with SVG-TV News at today's fair, Director of Health Solutions Inc., Pauline De Freitas, said many young people believe that they are invulnerable to NDCs, and the fair provides an opportunity for them to be more health conscious.
Well, the problem is that what our concern with all of this is that it might be starting up at a younger age, and because they are young, they're actually feeling that this may actually never happen to them. We want to be able to let them know what are the signs, what are the symptoms to look forward to, and also we're asking them to take their blood pressures and take their blood sugars today with us, so that if there is a pre-hypertensive state, this is something that we actually catch before it escalates to a hypertension level. I mean, this is the age where you want to target them, right? So it's never too young. We want to be able to educate people even when they are even younger, at a school age, primary age. We want to let them know what the consequences of too much sugar is, high fatty diets, high salt intake in their diet. Once we start educating them from a younger age, our hope is all this education and prevention that we're trying to do, it'll make them healthier adults.
Eating healthy is key in combating non-communicable diseases, and the fair presented a variety of food which have tremendous health benefits. Project coordinator of the health fair and treasurer of the Retired Nurses Association, Claire Gilbert, said that it is her hope that the display of healthy, attractive food will inspire the youth to make better choices of the food they consume.
Well, we know that this younger population likes fast food, so we want to show them how it's possible to have fast, healthy foods. So this is where we have demonstrations showing that you can make healthy salads, and also you can make healthy meat food that takes about 10 to 15 minutes to finish. Also, to decrease on the sugars, we also have a sampling of smoothies made from fresh fruits. So all of this, we are hoping that the students will be able to see, taste, and then get excited about healthy foods. Project Director of the Mustique Charitable Trust, Delary Malcolm, welcomes the initiative by the Retired Nurses Association. The Retired Nurses Association, noting that it is her hope that it can lead to a healthier student population.
The Trust thought that this was a viable and worthwhile project to fund along with the retired nurses and other donors. At this point, currently, they have testing going on, which is for diabetics and for hypertension. And there's also going to be a workout session with Be Fit, and the demonstration of healthy meals that can be prepared in a quick and short period of time, which is suitable for students on the go. And they're also going to have demonstrations and samples of fruit smoothies to incorporate the healthy lifestyle. Be Fit is going to encourage students to keep that active lifestyle. So all in all, we hope that this will, make our students more knowledgeable of how easy it is to maintain a healthy lifestyle. So we look forward to the success of the first health fair. Thank you. All right.
Vincentian sailors share their experience serving with the British Royal Navy and encourage interested persons to know what they want before they sign up. This and other stories coming up when we return with more local news. Stay with us.
Sponsored in part by Flow.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Funeral service should be one that you can be proud of, one that leaves lasting memories of your loved ones, and that's where you need the New Haven Funeral Home. At the New Haven Funeral Home, we desire to impact positively in the industry because we recognize that a greater part of what we do is not just quality caskets or quality coffins, but quality service. We hold ourselves to a higher standard. This standard extends to all areas of our work. We accommodate all clients, regardless of circumstance, all without compromising quality. I actually get this question a lot. And although it's not the most glamorous of jobs, I love it. Because we get to help people. We get to help families when they need it the most.
New Haven Funeral Home, helping families preserve memories.
C-Star Limited is now located on the third floor of the first St. Vincent Bank building. They have extended their range of products to furniture, including patio sets, closets, shoe casing, beds and mattresses, TV cabinets, and kitchen cupboards, just to name a few of their luxurious pieces, all at unbelievable prices. Don't just take my word for it. Check them out upstairs the first St. Vincent Bank building. And don't forget, they still have the best in windows, doors, burglar bars, rails, and vanities. C-Star Limited, where quality and style is our motto.
Breaking news! The greatest tile sale in the history of St. Vincent is back. With more, here's Thin Setment Rowdy Face.
Thanks, Juan. Yes, free tiles for Christmas is back at Island Style Interiors, and there's real excitement in the air. Get this, buy 100 tiles at the regular price and get up to the next 25 tiles absolutely free.
Wow, that is a great deal.
Sure is, Juan. My wife's making me buy tiles right now before they sell out.
Vincent? Oh well, this is Juan Cool Guy signing off and heading to Island Style in Arnos Vale for free tiles! Wait for me! Yay!
Vinci Expo.
Everything Vinci Expo. Vinci. Everything Vinci Expo.
Come celebrate 40 years of independence at the Everything Vinci Expo 2019. October 24th to the 30th. Come see SVG's best products, services, and more on display at the Kingston East Terminal. There's something for everyone. Kiddies Corner, themed entertainment nights, and delicious local food and drinks on sale. Everything Vinci Expo.
Everything Vinci Expo for we Vinci. Everything Vinci for the whole family.
For more information, contact us at 784-457-2159 or email everythingvinci@investsvg.com and follow us on social media. Vinci Expo.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
Welcome back. Many Vincentians are currently serving with the British Royal Navy in various fields. 3 of these sailors who are back home to participate in the independence celebrations, including the military parade, said being in the Navy could be fun, but at the same time challenging, which requires a discipline, commitment, and determination. The 3 who are working in the field of engineering, medical, and logistics shared with our news team a bit about their experience in their respective fields.
You just miss your family and friends. That's the most thing that we miss from her. And of course, in the wintertime, we miss the heat.
I miss the natural things, the simple things like going and picking a fresh fruit, going to the beach, going to the waterfall. You know, things that we grew up with that we actually took for granted that is definitely not relevant there. Because when you get fruits and stuff there, it's just like it's not fresh.
Yes, it's just not the same. Like, you're like, this should have a better taste. This should be juice running down my arms, but it isn't. So, like, okay, it's nothing from St. Vincent, so it's all right.
Whilst we're there.
According to the sailors, when they first joined the Navy, they did not only have to experience a culture shock, but were forced to adapt to freezing winter, which they admit was quite difficult.
No 2 days in the Navy are like, and that's what's wonderful about the job. It's quite flexible, and we get to travel all over the world, and you work with people from different backgrounds, nationality, and you learn to be more inclusive, and the dynamics of working as a team. Just as you mentioned, it's just like any job. There's good days and there's bad days, but there's a lot more good days.
Well, it's a whole different experience, nothing compared to home. I do the supply chain part of it. Logistics is divided into different branches, and then the supply chain, which I do. I'll just give the simplest explanation. It's basically dealing with supplies, ranging from clothing to equipment that they use on ships and whatever, helicopters and aircrafts.
At the moment, my job is quite varied, where these guys will normally be either on a base or on a ship. And in my role, I've had ships, I've had bases, I've worked in hospitals. At the moment, I'm in the initial training base, so everyone that comes into the Navy needs to come to my school, and I'll teach everyone to do first aid. And some of these guys will then come back later on to requalify in their first aid knowledge, and I'll do their teaching and their assessments as well. So my job is quite multifunctional.
Their advice to other Vincentians who wish to join the Navy is to have a goal and never give up regardless of any hardship.
Culture is a quite strong one. So my best advice to give to them is when you leave and you've done all your required tests and you've got a date, approach it with an open mind. Yeah. It's different, You're going to meet a lot of different people, different backgrounds. You've got to be appreciative, learn to respect each other's differences, and they will respect your differences.
Before, I've never done anything medical here in St. Vincent. I used to do construction before and trained to be a medic in the Navy, and here I am today. You go out there for a purpose, make that purpose your main goal, achieve it, all right? Because you're going out there to make yourself proud, your family proud, your nation proud.
Prepare yourself mentally for the winter.
Yes.
The first one will be a shock to you.
Yes. Prepare yourself mentally, and just remember, you've made a sacrifice. It's a huge sacrifice you've got to make.
Also believe in yourself. You just have to have this positive attitude, because sometimes you may be around a negative setting, and if you start thinking negative, you will fail. So you just have to try to break through with positivity.
The sailors have formed a Vincentian community in the UK, which they say have helped them get over being homesick and to keep the Vincentian culture alive. Schools across the country are out of session for a midterm break, and a number of them are using the time to engage in the various independence activities and educational tours. Today, students and staff of the Rose Hall Government School paid a visit to our office here at Dorsetshire Hill, where they were given a walkthrough to see our operations. Principal of the school, Jenny Cyrus Lewis, said that it is a good time to educate the students on important landmarks in the country.
To get our children to know more about our country so that they can appreciate our history, appreciate our people, appreciate our country more. And we are from North Leeward, so our children don't get an opportunity to be out of North Leeward and on this side of the island. So we do this to really teach our children so that when they get back to the classroom, the history that they learned about our country would make sense to them, because they can link what is in the book to places that they would have visited. Our children like to watch TV, and it's one of our, I would say, landmarks of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So we would have selected not just SVG-TV, we've gone to the radio stations as well, because all of these are important places in our country.
The teachers, students, and some parents were all appreciative of the visit and say they now have a better understanding of the operations of SVG Broadcasting Corporation, the parent company of SVG-TV.
The adults and the children, they would have seen what it takes to get the information out to the public from the SVG Broadcasting Corporation. They would have seen the different procedures and so on that they go through to bring information to us.
Tina Stapleton. I come from Rose Hall Government School, and you can hear me I talk on TV tonight. We independent science and good at it.
The Fancy Government School held its Independence festivities on Wednesday, October 23rd. The festivities included a march through the village while singing patriotic songs to engage the villagers in the celebrations. The school's independence activities also included a national wear competition. It was judged in two categories, junior and senior, who awarded royal titles. The winners were Prince Cheston Stay and Princess Olivia Hoyt in the junior category, and King Kobe Joseph and Queen Sienna Charles in the senior category. The school says the event was well supported by parents and other community members. At the end of the day's celebration, students were sent home with a treat prepared by the Parent Teachers Association, which was a good start to their midterm break. And in other news, 6 young mothers will be competing in the Miss Young Mothers pageant this Friday at the Leu Hard Court. This is the 10th year the pageant is being hosted. Coordinator Joanna Christopher said the pageant seeks to empower young mothers, and Friday's show will be held under the theme, Let's Share Love.
This is the only time that I see my community, apart from netball. When people play netball and football, you see the passion come out. But you see Crenshaw, this is when I see people who are enemies join together because they're supporting a particular source. So they will join together, yes, yes, yes. And looking at that make me feel happy. So it's giving me that theme, let's share love. You understand? So that's part of what had me going. And then in my community, I grew up very talented. There were times that I even questioned God and say, why you make me so talented and I ain't got enough money? But I mean, who am I to question God? But I'm being real. And then as I find within me this talent, I can't keep it to myself. What I like to do is to share it. Young Mothers Pageants will renew St. Vincent and the Grenadines, because in my training, I train them and I teach them that not because you have a child, you're going to go back and have a next one. Do you understand? So you're looking for new girls who are going to be educated, filled with compassion towards people, and they're going to be
2 of the 6 contestants say they are looking forward to Friday's pageant and encourage other young mothers to believe in themselves.
Advice I would like to give to other females out there who is watching this, I would just like to say never give up on your dreams. Never ever you say never. You know, I came a long way. When I was pregnant at an early age, everybody looked down on me as a nobody. And I picked myself up, I start doing music because I find I have a talent. That's my talent. Singing is something I love to do. Ever since I was small, used to go to church, I start singing. I made it to the Soca Monarch final this year when I had doubt that I wasn't going to make it to the finals, and I made it to the finals. And here I am today in the Miss Young Mothers pageant. Don't know what will be the outcome, but just never give up on your dreams.
Please don't sit and expect things to come and meet you. Being a mother or a single father or a young mother or young parents, whatever. You know, you have to get up there. A lot of programs that the government is putting out there. So you can grab one, whether it be evening or you can join one of the technical institutes, you know, learn a skill, use that skill to make some money. You cannot depend on people for everything you need in life, you know. I would like to invite the entire island of St. Vincent and the Grenadines to the Miss Young Mothers pageant 2019 this Friday, October 25th. We start 8 p.m. sharp and we have tickets selling for only $15. We pay more at the door.
That brings us to the end of the local segment of the news. The regional news is coming up next. Stay with us.
Local news segment.
The Ever-Ready Funeral Home at French's is your friend in times of grief. With over 40 years experience, they are prepared to take care of all your funeral arrangements. Embalming, lowering device service, grave mattresses, carpeting, vaults, tombs and wreaths, arrangements for television obituaries. Cremation is available upon request. Ever-Ready Funeral Home offers the finest in caskets and coffins, local and imported. So, in your time of need, call Ever-Ready Funeral Home at any time. 456-1494. Ever-Ready Funeral Home, offering service above self.
Juicy, juicy, drink today. Juicy, juicy, same great taste. Juicy, juicy, the original drink. It's a Vinci thing. Get your red and banana, pineapple, juicy cola, orange or apple. Juicy for you and for your neighbor. It's a Vinci thing. Enjoy it juicy, the original Vinci thing. Juicy.
Vinci Expo.
Everything Vinci Expo. Vinci. Everything Vinci Expo.
Come celebrate 40 years of independence at the Everything Vinci Expo 2019, October 24th to the 30th. Come see SVG's best products, services and more on display at the Kingston East Terminal. There's something for everyone. Kiddies Corner, themed entertainment nights and delicious local food and drinks on sale. Everything Vinci Expo.
Everything Vinci Expo for we Vinci. Everything Vinci. For the whole family.
For more information, contact us at 784-457-2159 or email everythingvinci@investsvg.com and follow us on social media. Vinci Expo.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They call General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
This hurricane tip is brought to you by CIBC First Caribbean. Take photos of important documents and secure them in waterproof containers or bags. Make sure to include any insurance policies, property deeds, or mortgage papers.
countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
Regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Welcome back. In our news from the region now, we hear that the Caribbean Community CARICOM Education Ministers Wednesday began a two-day meeting in Guyana seeking consensus and articulate concrete actions on a number of issues, including the need to critically examine at the local and regional levels the barriers that are affecting quality educational delivery and human capital development at all levels of the education system. The meeting in Guyana will also discuss measures to govern successful implementation of the CARICOM Human Resource Development Strategy, which is a long-term regional policy framework endorsed by regional leaders in 2017. We hear more in this News Source report.
In opening remarks this morning, CARICOM Secretary General Ambassador Erwin LaRocque focused on the region's Human Resource Development 2030 strategy. The strategy is expected to help in the creation of a globally competitive system to deliver education and training for the region's people to make them better equipped for the 21st century.
Human resource development must be one of the main engines for regional growth and development. It was one of the driving forces that moved our heads of government to call for and approve the CARICOM Human Resource Development 2030 strategy. The strategy provides a roadmap for converged action by CARICOM member states in the fields of education and training with the intent of unlocking Caribbean human potential.
Guyana's Education Minister Dr. Nicolette Henry in her presentation made reference to the many calls for more standardized exams across the region.
A safe and enabling environment is very important for our young people to have in order to make the right choice, and they have to be supported by adults and peers. Their experiences in the school system is also impactful, as such exposure provides specific support in making individual behavior choices.
Minister Henry also spoke about the importance of getting the region's children more involved in information and communications technology to keep them up to date with the rest of the world.
The advancement of information and communication technology to enable learning is a cardinal priority, and we have to ensure that our region is not left behind. On that note, I'm also aware that there is active discussion in several jurisdictions in this region on standardized testing, particularly for grade 6 students. These are very real issues, and I think it is now becoming even more apparent that quality education is not only about access to education, but it also requires a reorientation of the education system.
That was our news from the region. The international news is coming up next. Stay with us.
That was a regional news segment sponsored by Massey Stores SVG Limited.
Massey Stores Pharmacy is the prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores, Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Set for Life is back again. Your favorite game. Win house and land. SUV plus 50 grand. 50 and 25 grand. Second and third prize in your hand. So play as much as you can. Monthly prices to be won. Set for Life. A brand new house. Set for Life. A brand new car. Set for Life. $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets. Set for Life. Did your day done set? Set for Life. December 28th. Set for Life. Check the lotto machine. Get set for 2019. Set for Life. Live all of your dreams. Be a winner, turn your keys. Set for Life. It's a renewing of spirit, new hope and new energy. SVG, we've come a long, long way since freedom and independence. Now we raise up, we black, we standing tall. So let me take a fresh guard, renewal at 40. We got to keep working, renewal at 40, and continue building. Renewal at 40, let's all strive together. Renewal at 40, for a brighter future. Renewal at 40.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
SVG-TV International News segment sponsored in part by Courez Distribution Limited.
For over 60 years, we have sought only the best beans grown in the lush hills of the Andean mountains of Colombia. Cold Cafe. We carefully select only the very best beans and roast them to delicious perfection by our experienced roast masters. Cold Cafe. Cold Cafe treats you to one of the finest coffees in the world. Available in classic and decaffeinated. A rich flavor and aroma that can only come from 100% Colombian coffee. Cold Cafe. Indulge yourself in our delicious cappuccinos available in classic mocha and French vanilla. Enjoy them hot to warm your soul or cool to cool you down. Either way, they are incredibly satisfying. So go ahead, enjoy Cold Cafe and treat yourself.
Welcome back. On the international scene now, we hear that Russian military forces have moved into northern Syria to fill the void left by the United States, deploying troops to keep apart advancing Syrian government forces and Turkish troops. At the same time, tensions grew within NATO as Turkey defied growing condemnation of its invasion from its Western allies. Now, in its 7-day, Turkey's offenses against Kurdish fighters has caused tens of thousands to flee their homes, has upended alliances, and is redrawing the map of northern Syria for yet another time in the 8-year-old war. New videos have also emerged showing atrocities allegedly committed by Turkish allied forces in Syria. We hear more in this CNN report, but we must first warn you the videos could be disturbing.
The gruesome videos keep coming, but not just the normal brutality of war, something uglier, more radical. Scenes of the Syrian rebels Turkey is backing, abusing here the corpse of dead Syrian Kurdish female and male fighters Tuesday near Tal Abyad. Rebel leaders said they had arrested and would punish the fighters behind this. A US official has said these fighters, backed by Turkey, are mostly extremist, former ISIS and Al-Qaeda. and from the start, they were accused of savagery. This is the widely circulated video of the murder of Kurdish activist Havrin Khalaf, her bodyguards beaten before execution. We found their vehicle heavily shot up and discarded on the highway. Startling acts of violence like this have made many reassess exactly who Turkey is using to try and execute its goals here in northeastern Syria. An autopsy report CNN can't independently verify says the widely travelled activist was dragged by her hair and beaten with a blunt object on her head before being shot to death. Some of the videos the rebels have posted of themselves add support to the theory that Turkey was in such a hurry to build militia to fight for them, it didn't vet out extremists. It may now be liable for war crimes.
We've seen several incidents which we consider war crimes.
I've seen the reports as well. We're trying to monitor them. They are horrible, and if accurate, and I assume that they are accurate, they would be war crimes, as best as I know the law of land warfare. So I think all those need to be followed up on. I think those responsible should be held accountable. In many cases, it would be the government of Turkey should be held accountable for this, because we cannot allow those things to happen.
Turkey and the rebels have rejected many accusations and often post media of how life has returned to normal under their control. And some of the behaviour here, though, posted on the rebels' own Telegram channels, isn't that distant to ISIS's old videos. Turkey has loyal rebel forces in Idlib province, which Western intelligence has said is now infiltrated by Al-Qaeda. But it is unclear which units of rebels Turkey is using. Will these men stop when Turkey tells them to? Will Turkey tell them to? And what sort of society will they build? Will it have a place for or reject ISIS? Nick Payton-Walsh, CNN, Erbil, Northern Iraq.
Well, that's the news. Sport is just ahead, but before that, let's take a look at the local weather forecast.
SVG-TV International News segment was sponsored in part by Carez Distribution Limited.
Let's go! Turn up the fun!
With Chocolisto and its great flavor, enriched with vitamins and minerals that help you grow.
Chocolisto makes you big and strong.
The weather report sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Listen, the big hardware stores have been ripping off Vincentians for years with their high prices. They came General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
The local weather forecast, it is partly cloudy, winds east-northeast at 13 kilometers per hour. Temperature is 28.0 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity is 77%. The barometric pressure is 1010.9 millibars, 24-hour rainfall trace. Today's maximum temperature is 30.0 degrees Celsius. Today's minimum temperature is 27.6 degrees Celsius. Sunset today at 5:41 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow at 5:56 a.m. The forecast, it is fair to occasionally cloudy with a few scattered showers. The synopsis is surface to mid-level ridge is the dominant feature over the island.
The weather report was sponsored in part by General Hardware, Budgemart Limited.
Bebin, the diaper made with the very best for the very best. Keeps up with them on the go. With a wetness indicator, Bebin keeps your child dry and happy. For quality and affordability, choose Bebin every time.
Bebin Premium.
A funeral is considered as the last goodbye. The memories are for you, the family and loved ones. Joseph da Silva Senior Memorial Funeral Home sympathizes and understands the grieving process. They go the extra mile, offering counseling, private funeral, chapel service, night viewing and church service, along with other services expected at a professional funeral home. Visit the office at Mesopotamia. A warm, modern and customer-friendly environment awaits you. Joseph da Silva Senior Memorial Funeral Home, offering affordability in time of need. We are here. We care.
Welcome to the evening sports. We hear that Jason Holder has made his name in the game's longest format, where he has led West Indies for the last 4 years and has risen to become the world's leading all-rounder. But with just sporadic 2020 appearances, the 27-year-old has never made an impression in the shortest format, as the likes of Chris Gayle, Kieran Pollard and Dwayne Bravo have excelled. However, the Barbadian has now set his eyes on dominating the format after leading Barbados Tridents to the Caribbean Premier League title earlier this month and being picked in the West Indies squad to face Afghanistan in India next month. The West Indies Test captain noted that it was great to win the CPL with the Tridents and that he is happy to be back with the Windy squad in preparation for the upcoming T20 World Cup. Holder's last T20 international appearance came earlier this year on England's tour of the Caribbean, but only because selectors opted to use the one-day squad in the three-match series as preparation for the 50 overs World Cup. His previous outing had come 2 years earlier when West Indies hosted Pakistan, scoring 40 runs from 3 innings and managing only 2 wickets. Holder's test numbers have been far superior, however. He is the highest ranked West Indies batsman at 34th in the ICC rankings and lies 3rd in the bowlers rankings. Trinidad and Tobago cycling queen Tennille Campbell has become the first female cyclist from the Twin Island Republic as well as the English-speaking Caribbean to qualify for the Olympics. She is also the first TNT cyclist to qualify for road cycling since the 1972 Munich Games, breaking a 48-year-old drought on the road. According to the International Cycling Union World Individual and Nation rankings, Campbell currently meets the required criteria to secure a spot in the women's road race at the Summer Olympics in Tokyo, Japan. She ranks 33 out of 100 riders in the world. Campbell says she is looking forward to her historic participation. We hear more in this report.
Loves to compete amongst the best and is looking forward to the new year where her biggest challenge on the world stage awaits.
Yes, I qualified. It's a high achievement. It was one of my main goals and I'm happy to have hit that target. I don't know how to feel really. I guess when I arrive to Tokyo, I will have like a stronger feeling and emotions towards that accomplishment.
Now that she's going where no woman in TNT's cycling history has gone before, Campbell is not putting much pressure on herself to perform. However, she wants to win a medal.
I'm not going to put a lot of pressure on myself, but I would try not to put a lot of pressure on myself because I know everyone who knows me knows how I think. And yeah, when my bike is on that line, then we'll see what happens.
For her manager, Desmond Roberts, it's a plan that's been coming to life after he felt competing locally and regionally was not enough for her.
I spoke about it. I spoke about it in 2016 when our goal was to really qualify for the Olympics. And that's where it started. And with all the discussion And I had to thank the UCI president when I spoke to him in Martinique that they're like to get up to the camp up there, because one of the goals is to try to make it to the Olympics.
The coming year promises to be a big one for Campbell. Time will tell if another medal will be added to this.
We do wish her all the best. In yesterday's opening match of the Constituency Netball Championship, Central Kingstown defeated South Leeward 33-32 at the Kingstown Netball Center in New Montrose. 9 teams are competing in the championship. Meanwhile, in yesterday's match of the Vitamall Sandhill Netball Championship, Young Challengers outplayed Vincy Liberators 28-8 at the hard court at Sandhill playing field. The evening sports will continue in a moment. Stay with us.
My sister's pharmacy is the one for you. Is the one for you. We have competitive prices for your prescriptions too. We have 10% off for seniors, children under 3. We're here for your convenience. Prescription services. Leave your prescriptions while you shop. And our professional pharmacists will help you out. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Massey Stores Pharmacy. Where your health is your wealth.
Located at Massey Stores Kingstown. Contact us at 453-9112.
Shot for Life is back again. Your favorite game. Win house and land. SUV plus 50 grand. 50 and 25 grand. Second and third prize in your hand. Yeah. So play as much as you can. Monthly prizes to be won. Set for life. A brand new house. Set for life. A brand new car. Set for life. $10 for a bet. Live your life with no regrets. Set for life. Did your day done set for life. December 28th. Set for life. Check the lotto machine. Get set for 2019. Set for life. Live all of your dreams. Be a winner, turn your keys. Set for life. 26 retail shops and restaurants open now for your convenience. At the cruise ship terminal. At the cruise ship terminal. It's a great venue to rent for functions. Secure parking rate and beyond. At the cruise ship terminal. At the cruise ship terminal.
Convenient parking at the Kingstown Cruise Ship Terminal and the Geese Compound. The Kingstown Cruise Ship Terminal has 26 retail shops and restaurants with a variety of food offerings. A great secure venue for your function with a great ambience. Also, we offer lock storage service. The Cruise Ship Terminal. Convenience for you.
At the cruise ship terminal. The cruise ship terminal.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
Welcome back. In more sporting news now, we heard that Kyrie Irving previously played for the Cleveland Cavaliers and Boston Celtics before joining the Nets. Irving scored 50 points on his Brooklyn debut, but could not stop his side slipping to 127-126 overtime defeat by the Minnesota Timberwolves. The 27-year-old scored the most points by a player on a franchise debut, but missed a last-second shot to win. Irving, who joined from the Boston Celtics in July, registered the 7th best points total in the Brooklyn Nets history. The George Stevens Secondary School were able to hold defending senior division champions, the Georgetown Secondary School, to a 1-all draw on Wednesday in the SVG Football Federation Inter-Secondary School Football Tournament at the Chile playing field. The juniors also played to a draw. The Western George Secondary had a 2-0 win over the Mountain View Seventh-day Adventist Academy in a junior division match at the Stubbs playing field. In the seniors, the St. Clair Dakin Secondary had an easy 3 points due to a no-show by the Camden Park Technical Institute. The juniors of the Bethel High School beat Bucament Bay Secondary 2-0, while 2 goals each from Danielson Lewis and Kino Robinson secured a 4-1 win for the seniors. The Warriors of Central Leeward won both their matches against the Pitibadal Secondary. The junior game ended 4-0, then the senior team won 3-1. JP Eustace Memorial beat Chumuka, Ontario in their junior match 1-0 as the senior game ended prematurely when a fight ensued 6 minutes before the end of regulation time. And that's how we end sport this evening. We'll be right back to wrap things up. Stay with us.
Quality products, quality care, low prices, great customer service, all at QCare Pharmacy. QCare leads the way, providing all your pharmaceutical needs, a variety of personal care products, and so much more. Located on Halifax Street. Telephone number 451-2690. QCare Pharmacy, where the Q stands for quality.
Still going to town for hardware? No, you don't need to. Pinchers Hardware in Pembroke. It's your one-stop shop for all your hardware needs. We stock building materials, blocks, sand, and stones. Also plumbing and electrical fittings. We have automotive supplies too. And to make things easy, we will deliver to your location. Come on in or simply call us at 458-7591 or 533-1576. We are open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pinchers Hardware, located in Pembroke, where quality meets price.
This hurricane tip is brought to you by CIBC First Caribbean. Make sure you have food, water, medicine, important documents, and cash in your survival kit.
The countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
And now for a second look at the headlines. Girls High School captures Lions Club 2019 National Secondary Schools Public Speaking Competition. Caribbean Community Education Ministers meeting in Guyana to seek consensus on how to deal with the barriers affecting quality educational delivery in member states. Russian military forces move into Syria to fill void left by U.S. in northern Syria. And in sports, Windies Test star Jason Holder hoping to make an impression in the shortest format of the game. On behalf of all of us here at SVG-TV, thanks for viewing. I am Rochelle Batiste. Don't forget to visit our Facebook page for a recap of the news and daily headlines. Also tune in for SVG-TV News in 15 at 12:45 p.m. weekdays. Have a good evening.
Listen, the big hardware stores stores have been ripping off Vincentions for years with their high prices. Volcano General Hardware with the lowest prices ever in SVG. Now, the big guys are scrambling to drop their prices, but they still can't beat the General. So don't let them fool you. General Hardware still has the best prices on lumber, plywood, and steel. And even with a sale, the General beats that too. So go on, compare prices. Then come to General Hardware and save dollars every day. Because nobody beats the General. Nobody. General Hardware Supplies, located next to Yvette's Pork City in Arnesville. Call 453-9000.
It's a renewing of spirit, new hope and new energy. SVG, we've come a long, long way since freedom and independence. Now we raise up, we flag, we standing tall. So let we take a fresh guard, renewal at 40. We got to keep working, renewal at 40 and continue building. Renewal at 40, let's all strive together. Renewal at 40 for a brighter future. Renewal at 40.
Once again, the countdown has begun, and time is running out. Shop at Courts today and make this season even more epic with the latest in electronics, appliances, stylish furniture, and so much more. Only at Courts, bringing value home.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Get the best in TV entertainment with 139 channels, 26 in HD, and HBO included. Plus get 80 local Flow landline minutes to enjoy on evenings and weekends. All for $225 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.